today to go look at a couple old trenchers, and you know, it's nothing I'm going to get, but I want to document them and look at them before they get scrapped, because I know they're going to get scrapped. There's nothing I can do about it. We're going to go look at these machines here, and they're track machines. It's a shame because my understanding is these are trenchers, and these things would trench like 6 foot deep, anywhere from like 18 to 24 inches wide, but they used a bucket trencher on a big round wheel. Just imagine like a Ferris wheel that was digging, and you know, each bucket would grab some dirt, bring it up, and then it, you know, sort of dump it, and then it had a conveyor that kicked it out to the side before it had a chance to go back in the hole. So anyway, it's my understanding that this company donated the buckets off of it to somebody to do yard art, and I don't know that they ever donated anything, so I would say they probably sold the buckets off of it to somebody to make yard art. It's a shame because I would have loved to have been able to at least save one of these machines, and you know, if nothing else, pickle it for somebody else in the future to mess with, because you know, they're around, I guess, but there's just not a lot of them. I don't even think they build a lot of them. So, but it's made by Cleveland, I guess Trencher Company, or it could be Cleveland Tractor Company. I'm not sure what they go by, but it's Cleveland. We'll take a look at them either way and just document them before they're gone. All right. Well, here we go. Allis Chalmers diesel. That's kind of off. Operating platform on the side here. Control valve. It's an old machine. They made these up a lot later. Radiator's already gone. Allis Chalmers also. So these would have had a big wheel right out here in the front with buckets. I'll show a picture of one, but sure is a shame. It's a little different setup there. Usually you get a chain in the center with bushings, but this one has got 2 sprockets on the outside and just extended pins on each side of the rail. I've never seen that before. Looks like a 5-speed PTOs. I actually have PTO on the transmission with a hydraulic pump. Yeah. Like an MT35 starter, I think. I don't think it's a 40, I think it's a 35. Rusa Master, no, that's well, it's like a Rusa Master. Standardine. Engines are covered. I'm sure that these would fit a tractor. Don't know what model. Commercial Sheeran style pump. A lot of control valves. Neat machines. It's a shame they're getting junk. Radiator's already missing. Cleveland Trencher Company. I think this is supposed to be the oldest trencher company in existence. They bought out a lot of other companies over the years. Can't save everything, unfortunately. And like I said, they've already torched the radiators out of them. So too far gone. We just got to stop some of the history from disappearing, but can't do nothing with these. Unfortunately, as much as I like them undercarriages, I just can't do nothing. All right. Hey folks, hopefully you can hear me over this loud truck. This is my top kick that I put the DT466 in. Anyway, we are on the interstate. We're heading to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I had a subscriber contact me and set up a little deal to pick up a free low pressure boiler. Whether this thing is ever going to get ran again or not, I don't know. There's actually 6 or 7 boilers there, so I get to pick one, and it's actually at a demolition site of some apartment complexes that were built just after World War II. So I'll show them to you, and then we'll get a little bit more info on them. Okay folks, we made it here, and just like he said, I see one over there, I see one here. We're going to take a look, and hopefully we can find the doors for one. He told me to get whichever one I want. So we're going to, this is mud here. I don't think I could get into this one without getting stuck. So I may be limited on which one I can get. Yeah, it's raining. All right. Decent sized little boiler. It looks to be in pretty good shape. It just been sitting. I don't see any doors. It must be the heat exchanger to get the heat back out from the boiler. So each building had one. So maybe we can find some doors. I don't know. They probably got missing, maybe even before they stripped the building down. So let me go to the other boiler and see if we can find that one we can actually get to. All right. So this is probably one that we can get to. Looks to be in fair shape. I don't see any issues with it. No doors, of course. But that's okay. That one would do us just fine. It would be nice to find a door too. I got a feeling that they got missing. Probably, like I said before, the buildings were torn down. All right, let's see what we can figure out here. All right, folks, we got it loaded. We got it loaded on its side, but we got it loaded. It's too top heavy to take a chance on loading it the way it was, not in any timely manner. And we got a big storm that's coming in, supposedly, they say, and I want to get back to my wife before it gets here. So I'm going to look around for a door. We'll get that thing strapped down, and then we're going to skedaddle. Maybe I can find where them boys are working at. I tried to call the superintendent, didn't get no answers. Anyway, I do not see cast iron doors. So, like I said, the doors were probably gone long ago. All right, we'll take another look at the heating unit. Shame these big pipes and fittings are gone. That's the big radiator. that was the heating system. Yeah, it's a shame all this stuff getting scrapped, but I saved what I could. Sure wish I could find some doors. Alright folks, we're out of here. There's another one. You know, it's a shame. I wish I could get two, but if I could have found the guys working, I probably could have. I was going to give him a little money, but he said I got a hold of the superintendent. He said they wasn't working, so I think I'll just send them some gift cards or something. But I don't know. Just a shame that stuff like this gets scrapped, but it just does. So they look like they're in really, really good shape. I mean, I can't see into where the water's at, but I got a feeling that they're going to be pretty nice. I think they were well maintained. These buildings wasn't that bad when they tore them down or before they tore them down. Actually nice places. And I want to thank Jacob for calling me on this and finding the superintendent of the job site and being able to hook me up with the right person to be able to get them. So let's get this thing home. We'll look at it a little better. All right, folks, we made it back, and just wanted, before I unloaded this thing, or before I picked it up, I wanted to show something. The crown sheet here. The way this would work, this is called a triple pass. Most boilers is like the return flue boiler, the big one we winched out of the swamp. The fire was under it, and then it would pass from the back side up to the front side through the flues, and then come out of the boiler. This is considered a triple pass because you have it heating here, then it goes forward, goes through the flues, comes out of the lower flues, then into the upper flues, and then travels and comes out these flues. Now, I was having a discussion with the voices in my head on the way back here, and I think I have figured out why this looks the way it looks and why the doors are off of it. Okay, so I'm betting that before they ever started tearing down this apartment building that this was in, they probably sent in a crew to get the asbestos out. And I would say that this was probably covered in asbestos insulation. And that's probably what had happened. Now, I'm not sure how the chimney or the stack or whatever hooked to the back, but I'm sure it had to do with these bolts. And they would have probably come out straight, and it would have just bolted on. And we can build something. That's not an issue there. This is 15 psi steam, and would be 30 psi water. So I want to hydro test this, and we're going to do a little work to it, as you can see, to get it ready to hydro test. But I'll have to make a plate for the top and, you know, cap it off. But I need to find out what would be a good pressure to hydro test it at. And I'm assuming, you know, or guessing maybe 50 psi, something like that. But I'm sure somebody else would know. So these are listed as clean outs. As you can see, there's scale in there. So you're going to have that. So we'll have to wash this thing out good before we start. And like I said, 15 psi is all we're really need to go for the steam. So I've got a book. Well, I don't have a book. I've got some papers printed out that I think is the company that built this. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get it picked up and get it off, and then we're going to do some measurements on it and see how many horsepower and the weight and everything of this boiler is. I think I got everything listed, so let me get at it and we'll get that done. Alright folks, we got her unloaded. Get her on the ground now. Okay folks, we're learning stuff quick here. First, I don't think it's the brand I thought it was. I don't believe. I thought that this was it. Kulani. Looks a lot like it. But I gotta admit, the clean out doors made a little different. And So the design is a lot like it, or just about like it, but it may be a different brand, or it could be just a different model. This is a Type R. This was the best I could come up with. But with the measurements, length, there's nothing that matches up exact. But with the length and the width, it's looking like it is, let me see, 2,725 pounds about, and would be 28 horsepower with that size. So maybe not. We're gonna see if we can find, well, I did find some letters. I've got to go get some reading glasses now. I can't read what they say, but we've got some writing in here, and it might have the brand name. I know there's a logo look and then a bunch of numbers, so the date may be there, and a little bit of everything else. And I think it might have said something right here originally. We can make a door. I'm not worried about a door. A lot of people like them doors for smokers and stuff, so they're actually pretty valuable because they're cast iron. So somebody probably snatched them doors up pretty quick, or they may have just, when they took them off, when they, I'm assuming, took the insulation out from around it, may have just tossed them. But I looked everywhere, even in the basements there, and I didn't see any doors for any of them. You know, there were 6 or 7 of these things. But I wasn't sure how long it's been since they've been used. You know, how long they've been sitting there. But I got a clue that was actually in here. And that's where the water would normally be. You see, they bent that. They was taking these out with track hose and moving them around. So that's just the way it goes when you get stuff that's scrap. But you see the size of that hole. I'll show you what I found in that hole. Right here is what I found. Now, I can't date that exactly, but I'm guessing 70s or 80s. Said use of this product may be hazardous to your health. This product contains something saccharin deemed to cause cancer in laboratory animals. It has a barcode, so couldn't be that doggone old. Atlanta, Georgia, Dallas, Texas. But it's got the old pull tab style, so your guess is about as good as mine, I suppose. Or your guess is probably better than mine. But that tells me that the boiler hasn't been used in a long time. So I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just, you know, it's just part of the deal. All right, let's get some glasses and see if I can get something to clean it up and make where I can see it. All right, folks, so figured out that it is actually a Spencer. This is the company that built it. Got a bunch of numbers and stuff there. I got the serial number, and I see the 15 psi steam pressure, which I figured. So I just don't know. I don't know what the model number is. Now there's info on these boilers online, so if we can get the model number, we can find out anything we need to find out. And like I said, it's a shame on the doors, but I can make a steel door. It's just going to be something good and thick, you know, 1/2 inch plate. Something's not going to warp from the heat. We'll have to get it all cleaned out and get it plugged off and actually try to do a hydro test on it. Like I said, it's 15 steam, 30 water. I just don't know what to do the hydro test at. So, you know, 50 psi wouldn't be a problem to put in it. I just want to make sure it's going to hold it. But overall, besides what getting beat on, it don't look to be in real bad shape. I'll flush it out and check it over a little better, and at least go ahead and get it capped off and fill it up with water and make sure there's no visual leaks we can see with no pressure on it. But the tubes from the fire side look to be in really good shape. Now, I'm not going to say they are from the water side, and you can absolutely see some. Well, you can see some buildup, but it's nothing. I mean, I don't see any big pitting or anything like that, especially in the tubes. And anyway, we got a rock jammed in this one, so we got to figure that out. And like I said, we'll have to figure out how this was made on the back, how this box bolted on for the chimney. But I mean, that's not a big issue at all. We just need something to, you know, that will pull draft. So, all right, any suggestions, let me know. And you know, I'm not too scared of 15 psi. I think we'll be okay to run our steam engine on that. You know, we're not going under a load, so it should work out fine. But if for some reason you don't think it's going to work out fine, tell me why, because it's all new to me. All right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.